Hey y'all, Rhonda here. I have to show you something I got. Is he not the cutest little thing? His name is Wilford. Look at him. Well, anyway, I got him, and it doesn't tell what he is. It just says it's a Beanie Baby, and his birthday is August the 12th. And I'm thinking, it's some cute little animal from Australia or something. And his little paws, look at that. Excuse me. But my daughter looked it up because, I mean, look at him. Does he not look like a little, I don't know, something? Um, but it says he's a French bulldog, a little Frenchie. Oh my gosh. I thought his nose should be a little more, if he's going to be a little Frenchie. But he is so cute. I just had to get him just because he's so cute. Look at that. I mean, he's so lovable. Oh my God. Look at that. Okay. Enough play in there. Oh my God. He's so cute. Excuse me. Okay. Business at hand. Da, 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 da. More Diamond Press, of course. A bundle of joy. That's what my daughter is. She's a bundle of joy because her middle name is Joy. She's named after my mom. And then my oldest daughter, Jacqueline, also known as Gracie, Jacqueline Gray. She's named after my daddy, Jack. Anyway, excuse me. I need to get my card stash built back up because I always like to have, plenty of cards in there. And like my daughter had a birthday party to go to yesterday, and I was at work, and I'm like, go in the basket, find a card that you like, and sign it and all that stuff. So I always like to have plenty of cards because those minutes that you gotta, or I'm one of those thinking, oh, I really need to send so-and-so a card or a thank you or this and that. And I think, oh, I'll make one. Well, then you got to cook supper, and then you got to go pick up your kid at school, and then life. So if I have cards in my stash, then I'm thinking, oh, I need to send somebody a card, and I just go grab one and it's ready to go. So all that being said, I do have a friend that's going to be having a baby here in 4 weeks, 3 weeks. Let's say 4 weeks, about 4 weeks. And so I thought we need to make a baby card so I can be prepared. So we have the bundle of joy here. Set this to the side. So we have our inspiration sheet. So we have our little stork, one flying, one standing. We have our little bundles of joy here. We have a blue one and a pink one, a little different, hair. We have, and dies, stamps and dies. We have little hearts and stars. We have the word baby, moon. Looks like more stars and clouds, sweet bundle of joy, special delivery, hello little one, and congratulations. And then we have little onesies and a little string there, and then a little banner. It says for your sweet, and then you could put baby, and then it's a boy, it's a girl, welcome to the world. We're expecting and then precious little. So, or because you could make this, we're expecting a baby, which we're not. I would love to have one, but no. I'm just borrowing them because I have another band mom, one of the band directors. She just had a little baby, Dean. Well, you've heard about him, with clothes and goodies and all that stuff. Anyway, a couple months ago. And so now we're going to have another little boy in our band family. I'm all excited. I went ahead and hinged my carrier sheets. So those of you that don't know, all my stamp sets, whether it's Diamond Press or any other brand, I take packing tape, lay the carrier sheet, halfway up the packing tape, and then roll it over, and then burnish it really well, and then it makes a little hinge. Because, when you're crafting and stuff, you pull this off, you lay it down, and if the light wasn't reflecting, it disappears, right? But when it's hinged, it doesn't. And then, if you try to get it back on there, you don't get it straight, and it's frustrating, and blah, blah, blah. So I hinge all my carrier sheets for my stamps. So in here we have a noisy thing. Come on. Okay, have our dies. Of course, I always send a cutting folder, which these will go through any of your die cutting machines. Okay, and if you get these and you don't have a marquee, which you should, oh my gosh, they are a little powerhouse machine, let me tell you. Cuts like butter every time. I even use other dies through here, and oh my gosh, I mean, the little bits just fall out. It's really like no other. And for the price, I mean, that's a no-brainer. All right, so we have our dies, we have our stork, our stars, our little baby, clouds, onesie, all that fun stuff. So I did think about this a little bit. because I don't want to just, because I watch other YouTubers, and, I'm fans of other ones. And a lot of times they open up this and go, oh, well, this one actually doesn't have an inspiration card on there, but they just do something really simple. I mean, they'll see this and just copy that and go, oh, there you go. I try to show you something a little different. Don't always succeed, but I try to. So what I was thinking about this is with one of the other sets, you got these mini slimline cards. So we're going to use one of those. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay. So I thought we would use the mini slimline. We're going to see if that works. Hopefully it will. We're going to do some stamping and coloring, and I brought out Rainbow and Cloud stencils from Diamond Press. So look at these. So there's your rays, like for a sunset or a sunrise. You have clouds, and then you have all of the outside. You have raindrops, and you have stars. So I thought, hey, put those to use. All right, so what I'm hoping, we're going to stamp a stork. I think the flying one. I've got it kind of in my head what I want to do. And a little bundle of joy, probably some clouds, and we'll do a sentiment. Maybe, no, I don't know if we'll use the moon or not. So we'll just see here. All right, so I have my card base. Put that to the side. I actually prepared, so I wouldn't have to start and stop a whole bunch. I have my card base cut to the exact same size. I have a piece of marker paper because I want to use my alcohol inks. So anytime you use alcohol markers, you want to use alcohol paper or marker paper. Anytime you use watercolor pencils, watercolor markers, watercolor anything, you want to use watercolor paper, just so you can get the most out of your product and get the best results. So that's what we're going to stamp on, because I'm going to use my alcohol markers because I really want them to pop. And I have a piece of acetate that I cut the same size, plus a 1/2 inch, so I could fold that over. I don't know if you could see. Oh, maybe there a little bit. So we are going to do some stenciling on this. We're going to put some die cuts here. We're going to put that little hinge part underneath. Anyway, if I can get it out of my head and onto this, and it looks halfway decent, we're good. All right, what are we going to do first? Let's do the stamping first. With Diamond Press, you really don't need a precision stamping platform. They are nice to have, nice to use, because I've said this over and over again, Diamond Press, they stamp beautifully the first time. I always say whenever you get new stamps, ink them up, stamp them a couple of times on scrap paper. Boy, that is such a shadow. When I do that, maybe that'll be bright enough. Okay. Anyway, stamp it off a couple times, because usually there's a film or, it's something during the processing, and anyway, it just, the ink will bubble up or whatever, and so it's nice to kind of clean that off. Some people say, use a little bit of alcohol and wipe it off. I don't recommend that, because alcohol is drying, and this is rubber, photopolymer, whatever, and so you don't want to dry it out. If it gets really bad, use an eraser, like a white eraser. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and if it's not stamping well, or if it, the ink bubbles up, just take your eraser and go over it a little bit. Take a little damp cloth, wipe that off, and that should get that film off. All right, put that to the side. All right, what are we going to do here? We are going to hinge. Don't have to worry about that. We're going to do a flying stork. And we're going to do a bundle of joy. So we have, which one is which? One has, oh, that one has a little baby bow. A little bow in its hair. Okay. And there is the boy, because we're going to have a boy. And, oh, clouds. Do we have clouds? Oh, no, they're just dies. Okay, that's cool. What else do we need? I guess that's it as far as stamping for right now. We could do the banner, but we need to cut the banner out first, do we not? I'm trying to get this. We're expecting a welcome to the world. We might do that. Welcome to the world. Let's see, is that already? I think we will cut that out first and then stamp it just to make sure we have enough curve or whatever. Sweet bundle of joy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll think about it. All right, so as far as the stamping, this looks like all we're going to do. Going to be pretty simple. And you have to be careful too. If you have any difficulty, what do I do with the other baby? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. If you put several stamps down and you try to stamp them and one of them is just not, like there's a little spot that's not getting it. Sometimes if you take the rest of the stamps off and just do one at a time, you'll have a better outcome. Because sometimes they're not, perfectly aligned as far as their thickness and all of that. So sometimes that can be an issue. So just make sure you don't have any bubbles in there. And since we're going to do alcohol ink, I have this Gina K Amalgam. So we're going to ink this up. And with this, I'll probably stamp it a couple of times because it's not really dark. I don't know if it's just because this isn't real juicy. I mean, I haven't used it that much for it to be dried out, but it's just not really dark like some of the other. All right, and you don't want to press, really hard. Gently, firmly. Because what happens is, especially with these really fine lines, you'll smush it because it is rubber. And if you smush it, it'll smush that down and make it distorted. It will distort it. Okay, I'm just going to do this again because I want it a little bit darker. You don't have to, just preference. And this is going to be really simple coloring. And you can also use the air hockey puck. And that kind of helps just even pressure. Okay, looks good. I didn't distort it. So I'm going to try to be a good girl here and put these things back where they belong. Because I was putting... Okay, where's the stork go? I was putting my stuff away from my last video. And I was cleaning up. And I had a stamping block somewhere here. I don't know what I did with it now. But anyway, I had a stamping block. And it still had one of the stamps on it. So I had to... Right then... I had to go, take that off and go put it up where it belonged because I didn't do that to a couple of them. And I have like 3 sitting over here that I don't know who it belongs to, which collection. I'm sure I'll find out when I get it out and go to use it and it's not there. All right, let's put this away. So very easy coloring. We're just going to do a little gray on the stork and... is a stork's bill orange. I'll look that up. And we're just going to do some light blue and flesh color on this. So let me grab my alcohol markers and do that real quick. Okie doke. So I went ahead and colored and die cut. Couldn't even think. There's my little stork. And there's my little bundle of joy. And I cut out some clouds. Some different size clouds and some sparkly stars. I can turn those over. And a little sparkly heart. And then there's just a plain little heart. Little stars. I don't know if we're going to use all this or not, but you know how I craft. I say it over and over again. It's just, you got your little black skirt, your black pants, pick out a blouse, and you got to do your jewelry and your shoes and your purse. And sometimes the jewelry you're wanting to wear doesn't match the blouse, so you change the blouse, and so that's the way I craft. And yes, I have little bits left over. I just put those in a little box, and then when I go to make junk journals or different cards or whatever, I pull from there, and so it's not lost. All right, so I was thinking several different things. I thought we could have a night sky. I thought we could have a morning. I thought we could have all kinds of stuff. What I'm thinking now is to have like a sunrise. So we'll have the dark, like the night sky here, and then the little sun starting to come up over here with the stork flying like he's flying into into the morning to deliver the baby. All right, so we're going to see if this works. It's only paper, right? So I need something to, we can just do this. No, because I'm going to pull those off, I'll lose them. Okay, let me grab a scrap piece of paper, which we always joke about this. We're paper crafters and we never have a scrap piece of paper. Oh, now, come on. We'll just use this. Get this out of the way. Okay, so I cut this down to my mini slimline size, which is 3.5 by 6. And let me get some brush. I just washed my brushes. Well, I mean, I did a little bit ago. They're dry. So you can use brushes or blending tool, what in the world? Daubers. You can use those, whatever you have. I love these brushes. These are Pink Fresh brushes. I think they were the first ones to come out with these. People use makeup brushes. You know, use what you have. Love these. Like I said, they're so dense. The color doesn't seep down in them. It doesn't use a bunch of your color. So I really, really like these. All right, we're going to start out with, let me think. Okay, we're going to start out with our little sunrise here in the corner. I'm going to grab some colors. I have some dark blues for the night sky, some light blues. I thought I got another orange, or an orange. I guess I didn't. Well, let's try this. I thought I got an orange. Well, let me just grab one in here. You want to use really smooth paper so you can get a really smooth spice marmalade, fossilized amber. I need something kind of in between. Right percent. Let's try this spice marmalade. We'll just blend, blend, blend and see if we can't make all this work. Okay, anyway, you want your cardstock to be really smooth. If it has any kind of texture, it's going to show up and not blend as well. So let's start with a little bit of this mustard seed, yeah. We're going to start here in the corner. We're going to do just a little bit because it's just starting to come up. I do circular motions. Okay, and then we're going to go over some of that. Okay, let's get the color off of this one. And then we could go into our spiced marmalade. And we'll start in here. Just blend, blend, blend. Okay, so we'll get that color off. Like I said, if we don't like the way it looks, we'll just cut us another piece of paper. All right, and then we'll do a little bit of this barn door. Well, those sunrises here in the Ozarks are just fantastic. Okay, so that's what we have so far. We can always go back and blend a little bit more if we think that's too harsh. All right, let's start with the blues. Let's do Blueprint Chip Sapphire. I think that's going to be brighter. That's going to be darker. We'll start over here in the corner. We're going to start with this brush, if there's anything on that one. So we'll start over here. For our night sky. So what's your favorite time of the day? Do you like sunrises, sunsets? That just before the, light breaks and the birds are just starting to sing up a storm. I mean, just cheep, 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 just chirping away. And this doesn't really have to be that smooth because, I mean, a night sky is not that smooth. Okay. Little tip here. If you put your finger down on this, you know, to hold, even in the little corners, whatever, and I just washed my hands, but you still have oil on them. And once you get that oil on there, and then you see how that little spot, you know, like where you'd moved a little bit of the ink, and you go back over it, it's not going to go away. So your best bet is just to grab another piece of paper and put your hand on it and hold it. Because once you get that oil on there, it's not really going to come off. All right. I like to do a little dark around the edges. Let's try a little bit of this blueprint. I think it's going to be a little on the brighter side, yeah. Or just try a little bit here in the corner. Yeah, that's a little brighter, but we can add some of that. Let's go ahead and finish with this. I'll work a little bit more with this. We really need to do probably a black soot around the edges. That's kind of a harsh line there. I need to go back in with my red and pull some of that out. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump you there. So blend a little bit of that out. See where it's not so harsh. And then you just keep playing with it until you kind of get what you like. And it's about what you like, not what anybody else likes. You need to make you happy. And like I said, if you're not, then start over. Whoops. And when you're blending like this, you want to start off of your page, off of what you're working on, and pull into what you're working on. Because what happens, I'll do this here, if you start like right here and then work, see how you have that big dark spot, and it takes a lot of work to pull that out. And see, you get that hard edge there. So it's best to start off your page and then into it. Okay, I think we'll do just a little bit more. And like I said, it's not going to be just solid because the sky is not just solid. Okay, blueprint sketch and sapphire. And then I was thinking, when I was doing this night sky, I thought, uh-oh, my little guy is blue. Is that going to be too much blue? But we're going to work with it. Excuse my arm here. I need to get some black soot, because I want it a little darker around the edges. And we can just go right in with this. Remember, start off your paper and then work in. We're just going to do that just a little bit. Oops. Just to give it a little more depth. Okay, so see, there's we can do a little bit right there. There we go. So there's my night sky or my sun rising there. All right, and then usually I keep an old rag like on my knee or over here to the side, and then I clean these off like this. I go round and round and back and forth, and then it'll pretty much come clean and you're ready to go into the next color. But our old kitchen towel, an old towel that, you know, has been worn out or whatever, just cut it up, anything like that, and keep that to the side. And that's what I found is the best to clean your brushes, because you don't need to wash these hardly ever. All right, we'll save that. Okay. So what we're thinking here, that's going to go on my base. And then remember, we have this acetate. We're going to give it a little depth. I love this diamond press mat because things don't move. And where did I get that? Where did that come from? That glitter. That's weird. Was it on there before? I don't think so. Okay, it's not coming off. Did y'all see where that came from? Okay. So my thought is, we may put a few clouds, which I'm not going to leave them white, but maybe a few clouds here. And maybe some stars. Come on. Arrange them somehow. Oh, come on. Play with that a little bit. And then we have to cut out a couple more stars. And then have this acetate over it. And then on this part, we would have the stork and our little bundle here. And then we could have another cloud. We could maybe even have a little heart. I don't know. And then a few more stars on the acetate here. So that way it'll give it a little dimension there. So that's where I was going. I think so far so good. And then we could put the little banner, which I haven't cut out yet because I didn't know if I was going to color him or not. Oh, that's going to be big. I think that's going to take away from all that. Do we have a smaller sentiment? A smaller... We could do... Well, okay. We're expecting welcome to the world. We could even do the banner on the inside because I'm just thinking that's going to take... I mean, that's a lot right there. I don't know. We'll play with it and see. I just think that will take away from that. Let's see if there's anything else we could just stamp in the sky. In the sky. Precious little. Hello, little one. For your sweet baby. Congratulations. It's a boy. Okay, I keep getting... Oh, there it is. We could maybe do it's a boy. Because that'd be really the only one that would go with that. Okay. Let me color the clouds. Because I don't want to leave them just white. They need to have a little bit because it's a night sky. All right, so let me color the clouds and I'll be back and we'll glue it all together. Okay, the wheels just keep turning. I know. You smell something smoking. I know, the wheels are turning. All right, well, I thought I'd add a little more dimension. So I took the stencil, the Diamond Press cloud stencil, laid it on here, and then just hit the edges with a little bit of, which one did I do? Chips or blueprint sketch, and just did a couple. And because that's what I'm trying to achieve here, lots of layering stuff. And then I was thinking, I have this Versamark Dazzle, and it's of course you can't tell on this, but it's a glittery ink. So let's do a few little stars with this, just gently. Oh, you can see that. Yeah, just a little bit here and there. Oh, very cute. Do one down here. Oh, I like it. I like it. See just that little glitter there? Okay, one more. Gotta have one more. One more. Where's it gonna go? Right there. Okay. Yay! I like it. I like it. And again, this was Versamark Dazzle. So it's kind of a frosty thing. All right, and then I'm going to heat set this just a little bit. There's that glitter and then all of this ink I have on here. I'm just going to hit a little bit. And then if your paper starts to warp a little bit, you know, just turn it over and hit the back side, and it'll flatten it back out. All right, make sure that's good and dry. All right, let's put this card together. All right. And I want to add a couple of stars here. See, I don't know where the stork. Oh, stork will cover that one up. Oh, I'm going to need a pokey tool here. Help me get this. Pick that up. What if we just do one up here like this? Yeah, because my cloud's there. Okay, and we're going to do a couple of clouds here, layering like that. Okay, let's get some glue and get these down. Let's get this card put together. All right, do a little drop of glue there. Put my star back down. These are the best little pickup tools. This is Woodware Craft Collection, and this is just a little waxy tip, and then this is a little, like a little scoring tool. Look, it even has little bejewels on there. We like that. Anyway, and so it just, and then you can also buy refills for it too. All right, we're gonna do this little bit of glue, just a little bit, and here, something like that. And then I probably need to go ahead and attach this. We need to attach this. I'm going to use score tape on this. And I have my 1/2-inch score tape here. Put it right across. Usually when I do any kind of little flap like this, I do 1/2 inch. Need some little scissors here. You could use wet glue, but I think it would take a little while to dry. Has anybody seen my there it is. My bone folder. Anytime I use score tape, I always burnish it really well, so I'm making good contact. Okay, and then I want to keep this really flat. Put my lid on there until we get ready. And score tape here. And you don't need a ton of score tape, even when you're making albums. I know somebody had called the store and they were putting together a 49 and Market album, and they were like, do I need to buy that really wide score tape for that? And it's like, no. You just need the edges and that's it. Okay. And if you have any overhang, no big deal. We're just going to curl it under. All right. So card base. Make sure we open the right way. Okay. We're going to put down, I'm going to have to clean that off too. We're going to put this down first because we want to hide this little lip. So I peel some of my score tape back, dog ear it like that, and then line it up. Lining it up on the bottom here and on the top. Scooch down just a little bit. Okay, and then when you're happy, push this part down and it's not going to go anywhere. And then you can peel this off and smush that down. And then again, I like to burnish. Okay, and then we're going to slide this in. Let's take this side off. And then see how you have just that little bit of glue, a little bit of score tape. Just take it and fold it under. No biggie. Okay, and this is a little harder. We probably should do the bottom first. I'm just going to go for it though. Hope for the best. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Remember, it's handmade. Burnish that a little bit. Okay, looks pretty good. And then this bottom piece, take this off. And again, if you have any overhang, just fold it over. Burnish that down. And then you can flip it over. Burnish it from the back side. Make sure you've got good contact there. If anything hangs over, you can trim it off or you can leave it as is. And then I'm going to burnish that a little bit. Make sure that lays a little more flat. All right, and let's get our little stork and bundle of joy. Let's see, I'm going to tape this down a little bit right here. And, well, I guess I'm not that sticky. Let's try this sticky tape. Scoot up a little bit. This is just to hold it hold this little part down so we can see where we're going to place this guy. And our little bundle of joy. Come on. Just trying to get your little placement there. We need another cloud. And maybe one there underneath. And then some stars. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. Let's go ahead. Do we need another cloud up here? Yep, might as well. All right. So this is going to take a little while to dry because of the surface that it's on. And you can even use a little piece of score tape. I think that's what I'm going to do. Am I going to do that? Okay, let me think. I think I'm going to do that. A little piece of score tape, and if you have the thinner, I'm just going to cut a little piece off. There we go. Burnish that down. Peel that off. Okay, is that what we did right there? Yeah, now we won't have to wait for it to dry. All right, let's do this little cloud next. Come on. And so far so good. I'm really liking this. What do we say about right there? And another one. We are almost done. Hope this wasn't too long for you guys. I like to show you. We got ink. Where am I getting all this? Got glitter, this blue ink. No telling. Like I said, you could even pop these up if you wanted to. Okay, now we are going to have to use a little bit of liquid glue on the stars because I don't have a little piece of score tape that small. I think those little micro dots or something you could get. Burnish that. Like I said, the whole thing doesn't have to be glued down. How do we want this guy? Like this? Okay, and then we want like that. Okay, I know. If some of you guys just want to wham bam get to the point, but I kind of like to let you know my thought process. And okay, and we could actually cut a little slit in there and do that if we wanted to, but we're going to leave it. Okay, get back down there. Okay, so we're good. Now we just need stars. Where's my pokey tool? My little let's place these like that little silver one. We could do that one there. Do one there. We have one more. We could do this one down here. I like it. I like to use that heart. We'll use that heart on the inside. Okay. So let's do this. And this dries clear, so we should be fine. One more. Oh my goodness. I think that is stinking cute. If I do say so myself. Sorry for that ring light. Like I said, maybe when I grow up and become a real YouTuber, I'll figure all this light stuff out. Oh, get off there. All right, so now we have some dimension. I'm liking that. All right, we're going to let that dry, and then I will stamp a sentiment in the middle. I don't know if I'm going to put "It's a Boy" or I don't know if I'm just going to leave it or not. I'll decide, and then I'll have pictures at the end. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you, and I had a great time. So until next time, bye for now.